Alrighty, good morning, good evening, whatever the case may be. Whatever part of the world you're living in. The show begins here in just a minute. Alrighty, everybody, how y'all doing out there today? Welcome to another episode of Dretch World's podcast. If you are watching this and listening to this on the YouTube channel, welcome. Now, the podcast is going into its second season. We upload episodes every Sunday night. And this season, as some of you all know, that unless in case you're new to the show, is about embracing the unknown. Now, over the past few weeks, we have a particular fan / friend that's been emailing me throughout the weeks, talking about love, life, and dating in Second Life, and how they're kind of getting a little distraught in their experiences. Now, we'll call this person Lady Z. Now, Lady Z first started talking to me about a couple weeks ago about her problem and how she was feeling like reality and the virtual world tend to be bleeding in, and how she doesn't feel like it should. But at the same time, she also saying how she's getting tired of not being able to find that connection in the dating world of Second Life. Now, in full disclosure, we did agree that I would be talking about this on this week's podcast, and she had no problem with it. But I want to make everything perfectly clear here. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, and I'm not here to save you from, your existence. My goal on the show here is to provide entertainment and to help when I can help. The first thing I want to address is the issue of reality slipping into your virtual world. Okay? If you're not looking for a meaningful relationship that you can take from Second Life into the real world, then all bets are off to a certain degree. In my honest opinion, Second Life is its own identity, its own way of life. What you do here is you make it attuned to what you want it to be. And like I told her in private conversations, you got to make a choice of what you want in Second Life. You can't be riding around the roller coaster of emotions, going up, down, twisting and turning, because you don't know what you're doing or what you want. Now, a lot of people in Second Life come in to experiment with poly. And there's nothing wrong with that. But being in a poly relationship is not for everyone. The easiest way that I can sit there and try to get through to her and to anybody that might be listening to this. Once you make that decision and you shed your fear of the unknown, of what you really want in your dating relationship, whether it's something that's going to bleed into your real world or stay in a virtual world, embrace it. Don't be afraid of it anymore. But don't sit there and try to sit there and say, oh, you don't think Second Life and real life should mix, but at the same time, you want that real life connection. That's just a ducking joke, in my opinion. And when you're taking that approach, you're liable to mess with a lot of people's heads. Now, the podcast this season's all about embracing the unknown. Experimentation, trying new things, and then opening your mind up. To some of you all, you come in here for different kinds of support. And that's great. I'm not here to judge, and nobody should judge anybody for the way they live their lives. Because in here, we're free to make our second life we want it to be, like I said before. But when it comes to dating, don't be a hypocrite. Either embrace what you got in the virtual world, have what I call the talk, first of all. Like I told Lady Z, she needs to sit the person down because going by everything she's told me in emails and our interactions, sounds like a great guy. They sound like they got a lot of things in common. But she's afraid to take that plunge because she's afraid of the unknown. So she's trying to, in my honest opinion, going by what she says, I think she's trying to run him off. I think she's trying to run him off to the point to where that way maybe she can just say, see, he's just like everybody else. No good will ever come from Second Life dating. Now, whatever the reasons may be with your actions out there, Lady Z, you got to understand that in what you're dealing with. Make up your mind, basically. Do you think this is going to be a real life connection? Is that what you want? Is that what he wants? If it is, and you feel secure in your connections, quit playing the mind games. Guys, when you're approaching a woman, have the talk. No matter what's your lifestyle, whether you're looking for poly or just some yum time, get on the same page with everybody. Save the heartache. A lot of people are in here looking for their true love. A lot of people are just looking in here to have a good time. And so some come here to build, some come here like I do to make content of various natures. Now, I've noticed a trend though. People are afraid of the unknown. We always knew that. And when you all become so afraid of the unknown, you do like Lady Z's doing. You're throwing up barriers where you're chasing off good people. Then you're sitting there asking yourself, where's all the good ones gone? 9 times out of 10, our actions have run them off. Now, Lady Z, I would strongly advise you to kind of put together a collection of pros and cons on a piece of paper. And look at that piece of paper and decide, is it really worth your time and effort? Then sit him down and have another conversation. Lay out on the table what you want from this relationship. Find out what he wants from the relationship. And then start building a good solid foundation on those wants and needs. And go from there. Excuse me. If you are really and honestly saying and mean what you say about not wanting real life to invade your second life, then keep it on a second life level. And if that's what you're going to do, don't be a hypocrite and say, but I want a real life connection. No, you don't. Not if you don't want your real life to invade your second life. There's no real life connection there if you take that stance. But if you are wanting a real life connection, then let them know about it. 9 times out of 10, he's not going to run. Unless you're severely playing some kind of serious mind game with him. Which I don't think you are. I think you're just afraid. I think you're afraid of being unhappy. To the point where you'll push any signs of true happiness because you've been hurt so much. And that's common. Okay, we all do it to one degree or another. Our life experiences in the past kind of determine how we deal with the future. But don't judge somebody else by your past experiences. Because everybody is not the same. In Second Life, dating in a virtual world period, dating in life, all the way around, can be a struggle. It can be filled full of pitfalls, and I've talked about this on other podcasts before. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up now is because, Lady Z, you emailed me and you asked me to talk about it on the show. To maybe help you get some clarity. Well, there it is, laying out for you at the round table. I'm even wrapping it up in a nice little bow. You've got to embrace the future, shed your fear of the unknown, and just have fun. This relationship might not be the one for you, but it might be the one that gets you back on the right path and leads you to the right one. There's no guarantees in life. Quit putting all this pressure on yourself and on the other person. Well, my little DV ones, that's all I got for this podcast episode. Now, for those of y'all that are listening to this podcast through the YouTube channel, subscribe, like if you haven't already, and share with your friends. There's a new podcast episode every Sunday night, and every Saturday night we have Table Talk on the YouTube channel as well. Now, I'll be making videos throughout the week. If y'all like the content and get any value out of my content that I produce, make sure you share your friends. It helps the channel grow, it helps the podcast grow, and it might help your friends in the future. Keep it real, keep it wild, and I'll see you all on the grid. Oh, yeah, babies. Y'all have a great one. This has been Jack for Drat's World. Enjoy the rest of your day.